Good morning, guys. It looks like we have a few people that joined, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on the pre-market watch list. So hopefully this watch list helps a few of you guys out. This morning we do have a couple gappers. As you can see, Coinbase is gapping up and breaking out towards 90. Pretty nice move. Also watching SOPA. This one's also trying to break out. I want to see if this 250 area can hold and we can push towards pre-market highs. NVIV, decent gap up this morning as well. It already pulled back pretty hard, so little short biased on it at the moment because we broke under VWAP. But it's a little bit early. We'll see if this ends up popping back towards VWAP. If that happens, I'll definitely keep an eye on it. NNVC is pretty interesting as well. It's trying to reclaim above VWAP, so we'll see how that reacts. So there's definitely a lot of stuff to watch. I made a watch list last night for our private Discord members. So I'm going to go over the watch list, and then after that, I'll go over the rest of the gappers. Nice move on NKLA as well, pushing towards 8. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So a lot of resistance towards 10 and 12. Alright, so the first one that was on the watch list was Qnrx. This was a really nice runner yesterday. As you can see, we had multiple bull flags and really big breakouts. So for me, at this point, the key level is going to be around 22, around VWAP. So for me to be long biased on this, I'd probably want to see shorts kind of get trapped and then a reclaim of this 22 later on. So at some point, if that happens, I'll keep an open bias and we'll see if this tries to break out again. But if it just stays heavy under 22 and forms lower highs, I have an open bias, so this could go either way at this point. I could also see this pulling back further. So I'm just going to wait on Qnrx and kind of see how it forms towards the open. I'm definitely going to set a price alert towards like 22. ENVB was the next one on the watch list. This is another one that ran up yesterday. So for me, the key level is really towards kind of this 12 and 13, 12 to 1250 really. If we can build a solid base above 12 and form higher lows in this area, then I'll definitely keep an open bias. I think this has potential to break out higher or retest the highs from yesterday potentially. So I'll keep an eye on that. It has to have some decent volume though and really hold this level. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So yeah, I feel like the daily chart has room. We have some big levels towards $18. $12 is kind of a big level here as well. And then we have this gap. Pretty big gap there from 22 to 32. So far, it's trying to hold 12, so that's definitely going to be on the watch list towards the open. KSPN was also on the watch list. This one's gapping down, so probably anyone that bought yesterday, you know, above like 580 is underwater. So that's kind of the key level for me, is this 580 level from yesterday. So if this pops up, maybe rejects that level and then slams back down, we can potentially look for a short to fade this a little bit lower. But if it reclaims 580 with solid support, that's when I would start to kind of keep an open bias on KSPN. But yeah, for now I am more short biased on that one. Looks like APDN just popped up on the scanner. It's pushing towards 4. So they're offering prices at $4 a share. You can see we're basically spiking to 4. So we can add this one to the watch list. This is one that we were watching for really the last few days. Really nice fade on it yesterday. We got a lot of resistance from these levels, you know, towards 4. This 460 was a pretty big level as well. So I'll keep an eye on this one. So far, we're just kind of rejecting this level from yesterday. But if it really starts to build over 4, I guess I would keep an open bias. Alright, let's quickly go over the watch list. GRNA was on the watch list because it gapped up, but it pretty much gave back that move. So we're going to open here probably around the $6 area. It might be something to watch. You know, if we have a lot of support towards 6, we might get a little bounce or spike at the open. So we can keep an eye on that. XCUR pretty much faded back down. I'll just set a few price alerts on this one in case it does reclaim. But other than that, I'll probably just leave it alone. GRNQ already faded, so I'll just set a price alert just in case. Alright, and then we have a few on our secondary watch list. I'm not going to go over all of these, but there is a few decent ones to point out. SOFI from yesterday we were watching, which had a pretty nice breakout. MOHO is another cheaper stock that ran yesterday. I think I had a small scalp on this, somewhere on this front side. But it held up pretty well, so as long as we're holding above like 42, I would still keep an open bias on this one, and we'll see if it gets that continuation. FFIE has been pretty strong the last few days as well. A lot of resistance at these higher levels, but getting a little bounce. So yeah, not much on APDN, just a spike to 4 and pullback. Alright, so that was pretty much everything from my watch list. Going back to the gappers, let's just go over the gappers really quickly and see if there's anything that I might have missed. So NVIV, I'm basically short biased on unless we can reclaim above 9 with solid support. This one actually had a reverse split not too long ago. SOPA is still holding up pretty well. Like I said earlier, I wanted to see that 250 level hold. We do have some big levels though towards 260 on the daily and then towards $3. So what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping that we can break out higher. I'm interested in the long towards the open if it's looking good over 250 potentially. But if it does run higher towards the threes, I'd also be very interested in a short as well. We got a lot of resistance here towards the fours as well. So at those higher levels, I'd definitely be looking for a short if it sets up. SOPA is definitely gonna be a top watch for me. All right, there was NNVC. We got a lot of resistance in the fours and fives here, which we basically rejected. You can see towards 430s. So for me to be long biased on NNVC, I'd want to see this 380 turn into solid support or, above VWAP in this area. If we can build higher lows above this area, then I'll keep an open bias and hopefully it'll give us that push towards pre-market highs or higher. But if it just chops around, and stays heavy under 380, I could easily see this fading back down. So we need big volume on this one. Definitely something to watch though. And I'm also open to the short if it does run to these higher levels. So hopefully that one stays in play. Alright, we got about 5 minutes until the market opens. And we're almost done. I pretty much went over everything. We also have SENS gapping up a little bit. I was watching this one pretty closely in this 150 area yesterday. A lot of resistance though towards 250 and 3. Nice push on APDN towards 450 now. Coin already hitting 110. Alright guys, so that's pretty much everything. I'm really just focused on SOPA right now. If anything else pops up on the scans, I'll be sure to let you guys know. There's that breakout on SOPA, really nice move through that pre-market high. So pretty big rejection there on SOPA, broke to new highs and slammed back down to that support level. It's still holding 260 though, so hopefully it traps shorts and pushes higher. I'm not really crazy about a short here. I would much rather have it break out, past 3. But we'll have to see how it reacts. Nice push so far on SOPA. Let's see if we can get that breakthrough $3 or not. It is kind of having a tough time. I got a small scalp here on the long side on SOPA, but it just feels a little bit heavy up here. So I'd be very cautious. It needs to hold this 280 level. You really don't want to see it break below that. So let's see if it's going to get that breakout here. So far, Qnrx is pretty heavy. We're actually halted to the downside. ENVB basically rejected above 12. So that one's pretty weak at the moment. We do have BCRX. That's breaking out here towards 14. So yeah, no surprise there on SOPA. Like I was saying, it just felt really heavy towards this $293 area. So anyone who shorted this, they're probably risking off of like this 295 to $3 area. So we'll see how it reacts to VWAP. Either, a lower high here and a flush under VWAP, or this level could potentially hold, and if we reclaim 280s again, then I would still keep an open bias on SOPA. So we'll see how it reacts over the next few minutes. But so far we did have, some pretty heavy tape on this pullback. Coin is halted to the downside here. Nice push there on NNVC. Like I mentioned in pre-market, that 375, 380 level is key for me. So if that turns into support, definitely keep an eye on this one. Nice spike on Qnrx. That one might actually halt. It looks like it's halted to the upside. So far, pretty big rejection there. That 380 level never really turned into support and then just flushed right back down. So NNVC is definitely out of the picture. SOPA has stayed pretty heavy. And it still has a lot of room to fade. We have some big levels here towards like 230, 220. We do have BCRX that's kind of ripping here. BKKT is also on watch. Nice grind up so far. We can put NVIV back on watch as well. Nice spike above view up here. QNRX should open in about 1 minute. If not, then it's going to be a 10-minute halt. But yeah, basically I'm just sitting on hands right now, just waiting for things to kind of pop up on the scanner. Qnrx is open. So let's see how it reacts to VWAP here. So far we have some support towards 20. So pretty big rejection there. We might actually halt to the downside. Nice rip there on NVIV. Very nice. I was actually able to get a little scalp in there from 860 all the way to 916. But the reason I got in is because I saw on the 1 minute, basically this little flag, it was holding this 840 area really well. So I had a tight stop there as it broke out. Probably going to miss out on some profits here. It might even push towards 10. And it's pretty close to halting 945. And we're halted NVIV. see, when is this gonna open up? So we have about 3 minutes still. Looks like GERN is on scans. Let's take a look at that one. I know I've traded this one in the past. Oh, staff is spiking too. STAF. Dang, I took this off my screen for NVIV. But I wanted to see this one kind of reclaim above 4. And we got a nice breakout on STAF. And it has room on the daily. It has a really big level towards 5 and 6. But it's tough for me to chase it up here. This would have been, I would have wanted that entry towards VWAP. Kind of similar to NVIV here. How I bought 860 right above VWAP. Kind of similar setup. But we'll see what it does from here. Maybe it pulls back a little bit, and then we can see if it holds and curls, or if it just ends up fading back down. So I would say 420 is probably going to be key here over the next little while. Alright, and NVIV should open here in about 1 minute. Or, yeah, pretty soon. Nice open and push on NVIV. It's definitely getting pretty extended though here on the 5 minute. So personally, I'm just sitting on hands right now. If anything, I should have held a small piece and then sold it into this gap up. But we'll see. So far it did hold 950. Just watching that one for now. Along with staff, I want to see how it reacts towards 420s. Qnrx is probably going to halt again to the downside. And so SOPA, if I had to guess, is probably going to fade lower towards 220 or lower by the end of the day. That would be my guess. It still looks really heavy. STAF so far getting a little bounce. right to those pre-market highs, NVIV. Nice hold of that 420 level so far on STAF. See, can we get a push towards 460s? Really nice breakout again on NVIV. We also have AWX that just opened from its halt. Really nice breakout there on BRSH, pushing towards those pre-market highs. I'm actually long with a 345 average right now. I sold a lot of my position though at this point. So I'm just holding basically like a quarter. I want to see if we can get a push towards 4. And I'll probably sell the rest. But I just noticed it was popping up. And there's no resistance really on the daily chart. We'll see though. It has to hold above 345. If it goes back to my entry, then I'm gonna cut the rest of my trade off. There we go. Can we get 380s? There we go, 380s. Sold some more. I think I got filled in 380s. Let me check. After, I still have a piece though, so let's see if we can get a push towards 4 here. So I can sell another piece. At this point, you wouldn't want to see it below the previous high, which was 360s. So if it does pull back here, that's the level you'd want to see hold. So that's where my stop is on the rest, is basically right here, 360. Which I'm probably going to stop out of the rest. For a small win on the remainder of the shares. But this was my biggest win today. I really sized up on this move. Even though it was only, it was a 40-cent move. So not bad at all. It makes up for NVIV because I really missed out on this whole move. I caught just a small piece of that. So far, really nice day. I'm green on NVIV and a really good trade for me on BRSH. I did take a trade on STAF earlier, and I bought right here in this area. I sold into this push, and then it slammed back down, so I had to sell the rest. So it ended up being a small loss. So I'm probably going to leave this one alone, STAF. But it did hold that 420 though, so you should still keep an open bias because it still has potential to break out. But yeah, I'm probably going to leave that one alone. BRSH is still trying to hold this 360 level, so we'll see what happens here. So perfect hold of 360 right there on BRSH, and it's going to rip right back to the highs. That's exactly what you want to see. Now can we get a push to 4? I'm going to scalp this move with a 370 stop. If it goes below 370, I'll get out. But I'm going to try to catch this rip to 4. Nah, I didn't like that reaction. I got out at 380. Yeah, it kind of feels like it topped out there, but let me see where I got filled. Okay, so I bought at 380 and I sold at 380, so break even on that trade. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone too. It's a little bit extended on the 5-minute, so I'm not going to be too aggressive at this point. Man, and there goes STAF. Held that 420 and caught that huge rip. I missed out on this trade. This is the move that I was looking for earlier, but I just mistimed it a little bit. I was about 10 minutes too early on that. But nice rip on STAF. I hope some of you caught that. The whole point of this, this live stream was just to prepare you guys, show you guys what I'm watching. Not really to alert everybody. It's more just to show you what I'm watching and the key levels that I'm watching. And you can see that one topped out. Someone asked what price did I get into BRSH. I got in the 339, 340, 341, 345. Those were my entries, and then I sold in the 350s and 360s. And the 380s I sold. So I got a nice sell at the top. If you guys follow our Instagram, it's Precision Day Trading. I usually post my trades there, so you'll see my entries and exits if you guys want to give that a follow. And if you're in the private Discord, if you're a member, I post my trades in there as well, as you guys know. But yeah, I was watching this one in pre-market. I didn't really think anything of it. I just wasn't watching it. But when I saw this really start to push, and then I saw that daily chart with no resistance, I just hopped on it, and it ended up working out really well. It had strong tape. So I posted my trade in the private Discord. So you can see my entries and exits. And I'm going to post it on Instagram a little bit later. But for now, you know, it's trying to hold 360 still, so we'll give it some time. But we still got to see if this is going to be a higher low or if this is just going to turn into a lower high and flush. Let me scan for other stuff too. NVIV is still pretty strong. It looks like it wants to flag again, but let me watch the tape for a little bit on this one. It actually feels heavy, big rejection. We have support here at 1135. So we're still stuck in this big price channel on NVIV after this big move. But a nice little bounce there. Feels like there's a lot of support still towards 1140. But it still needs more time, so we'll let that one chop around for a little bit. Let's go to the 1 minute. And we'll see how it reacts here over the next few minutes. STAF is still trading at those pre-market highs. It might even break out higher. I'm kind of bummed out I missed out on this one because that was a big move that I would have caught. But as you guys know, the market's been really crazy the last few days. There's been a lot of runners. So if you miss something, all you have to do is just wait a little bit on the scans and something will usually pop up. Alright guys, I hope that live stream this morning helped some of you out. If you guys are interested in joining the private Discord room, there's a link in the bio. Basically, I do this for the members in there. I make my watch list every morning and every night. You can see my Discord screen share during the day. We also have a free public Discord you guys can join, and then you can message us, if you have any questions or anything like that. But yeah, guys, really nice action so far. It's still pretty early, so I'm gonna be around in the private Discord. I'm gonna switch over to the Discord screen share for the members. I hope you guys have a great morning. And just to let you guys know, I will be doing these live streams on the public channel a lot more often. So you guys can look forward to that, and I will see you guys next time.